Hello everyone, time for a new video. This will be my latest video that hits before Modern Horizons 3 hits. Currently we're in a bit of a state where both Modern and Legacy are lame duck formats. Everyone's just waiting for Modern Horizons 3 to hit, so it was time for me to do something different. I'm playing Pauper today, which I've never done before. I actually already recorded this video before. It was live, but then the data got corrupted. So this will be a replay. I'm not gonna make I'm not gonna do a Pauper League and then not record it and post it on YouTube. So this will be a replay. Unfortunately, I tried recovering the files, but just couldn't get there. So let's just dive into the build and see what we did, and then I will play some replay videos for you. So I'm going to discuss the list. Now keep in mind that I have zero experience in Pauper, so I will definitely made a lot of mistakes, and especially in regards to sideboarding, I didn't really do, I didn't really know what I was doing a lot of the time, so I will not discuss sideboard changes in this video because, I didn't know what I was going to do. And in fact, there are certain sideboard cards in here that I didn't even know why they were being played. I copied this list from someone who actually won a tournament with this, a Pauper tournament. We will, if you see at Pauper deck lists, Infect is usually called mono green aggro in here. So this is the list from Mateo Salvador, who actually won the tournament, around 40 player tournament here with Infect, so that's really nice. Let's just dive in, shall we? It's insane to me that Embiggen is legal in Pauper, but not in Modern. That's just, it really tells you how little we've gotten in Infect, in Modern Infect at least, because this is an insanely big upgrade in Legacy and also now in Pauper. And the main thing currently that's keeping Modern Infect back is definitely the pump spells. The pump spells in Modern are quite bad, I'm not gonna lie. If you watch currently at my Legacy list, I'm playing Embiggens, Invigorates, and Legolas's Quick Reflexes. That's 0 cards that are legal in Modern. That tells you enough you need to know about the difference between Modern Infect and Legacy Infect. So Embiggen legal in Pauper, that's really cool. And then we are playing Might of Crosa, of course, best pump spells. We're also playing Vines, just a bit too rough because you don't need as much protection in these builds. That's at least how it feels to me. Rancor, get some trample damage going, really nice. Mutagenic Growths, also very good. Ping 2/2, really good. Then we have some dedicated protection spells. I like Snakeskin Veils. Apostle Blessing, also very good because you can also protect from artifacts. As I've seen, that's very relevant in Pauper. And then if we look at the threats, I decided to play Mono Green. Elf, of course, we know this one. That's a really good one, just 1/1 Infect. And then I really love Echo Claw Mirror, especially when they're getting blocked. Giving it +2/+2 is just insanely powerful, really good. Combine it with making, giving your creatures trample is especially beneficial. Then we have Blight Mamba. I mean, it's a 1/1 Infect, same as Elf, and you can regenerate it. Not very relevant very often, but it's cool. Leno Augur is so sweet because you can sack it to give another creature +3/+3 and trample. You have to activate this during your upkeep. That's something that I almost forgot in one of my games. I really like the addition. I think it's cool. Just a mono green beatdown for sure. Escape Tunnel is a card that I've been interesting for a long while. I've even been thinking about trying this out in Modern. I've never actually had the guts to try it out. But it's cool, mainly because you get to search up a basic land if you want to, but what you can also do is you can sacrifice this and give target creature with power 2 or less unblockable. Really sweet. I should definitely give this one a go in Modern video. But the main thing, what really surprised me and I loved, is the addition of Lotus Petal in the deck. Honestly, in the beginning I was a bit skeptical, but these were amazing the entire league. It just makes our deck so fast. You can ramp into this turn 1, Lotus Petal land, play Elf. The fact that you can turn 1, play a threat, and immediately protect this is insane. And I just love these Lotus Petals. They were insane. It's silly to me that this is illegal in Pauper. It's so powerful. So sideboarding, I'm just going to touch upon the sideboard. How do I feel about the sideboard looking back? So I dig Apostle Blessing, giving more protection, of course. Nature's Claims, straightforward. You have to destroy artifacts or enchantments whenever you can. But then I'm not sure about all of the other cards. As I said, I don't have any experience in Pauper, but ran through very often, I didn't really feel like I wanted it, or whenever I brought it in, it felt medium to me. I don't think I ever liked having Gutshot in the deck, not ever. So that's probably one of the cards that I would look to change. And then I just didn't understand Vitality Charm at all. So that's my experience with the sideboard. definitely my fault not being experienced in the format. I'm sure a lot of Pauper players, if they are watching this, are screaming at the screen right now. But that's how it felt to me. I just didn't know. So it's clear that I'm not going to discuss sideboarding because I definitely made some mistakes. That's a deck, and let's just dive into the games. So for the first game, this is pretty much everything that you want. I was on the play the first game. You know, you have a threat, you have protection spells. If you know my content, if you've been watching me for a while now, you know I'm a safe player, so I like playing it safe when you can. So here I decided to play Elf, only turn 2 when you can protect it. I think that makes a lot of sense. So here they go for Cleansing Wildfire on their own stuff. So I already thought that was spicy. Again, I don't have any experience in Pauper, so I didn't really know what was going on. But this was quite easy to do. You know, you try and kill them as quickly as possible. I wanted to keep open my Snakeskin Veils because I was hoping that they would just try and kill my Glistener as quickly as possible. And also, I really wanted to keep the Escape Tunnel in my hand. And the main reason for this is that you don't want your opponents to know that you can navigate your way through blockers. So this is why I don't want to give my opponent information if I can prevent that from happening, because I assume that if my opponent would have a blocker, they would definitely play it, hoping to stall the game that way. So that's why I decided not to play the Escape Tunnel on the third turn, even though I could have, and then maybe fetched up a Forest if I didn't need to, but I felt this was better. And it paid off, so that was a pretty clean first win. Opening hand here for the second game. I mean, I can be very short here, no threat, so you can't keep that one, you have to mulligan. And then this one's fine. I did mulligan to 5. The 6 one did not have anything beneficial, so I'm gonna definitely keep this one. See the combination of Lotus Petal and Forest, it was amazing. Whenever I had Lotus Petal in my opening hand, I just immediately wanted to keep this. It was so powerful. So I think that if you want to be aggressive as you can as possible, especially if my opponents were a bit slow. Now, I'm not going to walk straight into removal spells if I don't have to, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to play the Mirror. I have Lotus Petals and I can protect my Mirror right now. I love these Lotus Petals, so good, because it just makes it so that you can protect your stuff so easily. Brainstorm legal in Pauper, I mean, it's such a good card. I don't understand how this is legal in Pauper, but it doesn't seem like bonkers or anything like that. So here they play Scred on my threat, which they're able to kill. Luckily, we draw another one, so we've now gotten rid of 2 removal spells. I felt like that should be good. I don't think that many removal spells are flowing around in Pauper all that much. I didn't know for sure, of course, but that's how it felt at least. So they only now have 1 blue mana, so I felt like I want to get in as much damage as quickly as possible. Now, using this on the Mamba, that does mean that I'm unable to pump the creature for 4 extra damage. It was only 3, so putting them on 4 Infect. But I felt like this is how I wanted to play this. I just wanted to kill them as quickly as possible, and drawing these threats was nice. It looked like my opponent whiffed a bit on their Lorien, so I figured I'm just gonna try and kill them here. I have double protection spell, so let's just try this. Even if it fails, I still have enough threats left, so just try and kill them, and that was it. So I don't know, they tried to kill my stuff. I drew excess for the threats, and we just win from there. We don't always need pump spell, so yeah, pretty slick win. Deck felt great. Let's go to the next game. Opening hand here, pretty good. A bunch of threats, a bit light on the pump spells, but I think I'm just gonna keep this. It's never bad playing like this. So I think it was this game that I made a mistake with my Escape Tunnel. We shall see. So I just play my threat. If they kill it, that's fine by me. So here they are playing an aggro deck. I think I faced this aggro deck like 3 times or something like that. So it's very clear that Pauper is an aggro format. Play the Land Award, that's pretty good, especially if I can do this in my upkeep. So here they're Faithless Looting, get some stuff into the graveyard. The combination of Faithless Looting into Fiery Temper is really nice. I think that was really cool. So here I'm just going to play a threat. I was debating which one I should play, but honestly I have 4 threats in my hand, so it's probably pretty irrelevant whatever I play. So I'm just gonna let them do their stuff. Here they're gonna get rid of Fiery Temper, destroy my threat. So my hand was pretty good, you know. I really loved my setup where I had a bunch of threats and I could decide when I wanted to go for it. And the combination currently is that in my upkeep, if I get to untap with one of my threats, I think I just destroy them. I do need to find a way to do enough damage, but they want to attack, right? And with me having the ability to use Llanowar and giving this +4/+4, I could just now very safely slap in with everything. And since it does get trample and +2/+2, we are easily able to run them over. So the deck felt really strong, honestly. It was surprising to me to almost not see the deck pop up in tournament results. I think the deck is underplayed. That's how it felt to me because again, with the 0 experience, going 3-0 immediately from the start, I was surprised. All right, next game. Easy mulligan here, no threats. You see me bringing in Ram through. I said before, I almost never liked the card whenever I had it. So here, this is nice, you know, being able to... This Lotus Petal, again, this Lotus Petal felt amazing. Now, after a mulligan, you know, I think we need to get a bit lucky if we want to be able to win the game. And I think this is where I made a mistake with the escape tunnel. I'm not sure it will happen, but you see me doing this. I just drew another Lotus Petal so I could turn 1, play my threat that cost 2 mana, and also have Lotus Petal up in case I wanted to protect it. It felt like cheating, honestly. It really did. Okay, so I want to kill them with Elf, preferably because I can Might Embiggen and have Escape Tunnel. So here you can see me do that. I'm going to chill. Currently, I have no way to overextend. I can just slam in a bunch of times, see what they do. They want to deal 3 damage here to Listener Elf, so I was surprised by this play. Why would you fight with Infect in combat? That's not how you win against our deck. Yeah, here I just bait them out. I think this was a really sweet play. Me using in my upkeep, using the Augur on the Elf. They only had 1 red mana up, so I knew that if they would want to destroy the Elf, if they did so, I would just let it pass, because I had a kill spell and Escape Tunnel, so they now had 0 mana left, so I could very safely use Escape Tunnel on my Mir, then use my Might of the Crowset to pump it, and that means it's unblockable and I win the game. So really baiting out potential removal spells, that's how I played it. So yeah, again, deck felt so powerful, and the addition of Lotus Petals made this so aggressive. I really, really like this. Cool, round 3. So opening hand here, again, pretty good, pretty solid hand. Lotus Petal doing the works again. So here I'm debating whether or not I should have played Mir on turn 1, but I don't think so. I'm just going to get a Forest here, play a Threat. Debating on whether or not I should play Llanowar Augur, but I decide not to. I'm going to play it now. They're going to blast the Mir. I'm going to save it. And I'm going to use Mutagenic Growth here because I want to keep my Snakeskin Veil for when I really need to. I think it's better to be able to try and to protect it that way. Here we have the Ichor Wellspring. They are going to draw a bunch of cards, but I felt like, okay, if you're going to try and draw cards, I think I should be able to race that. So let's just go all in and we kill them. Nice. Pretty straightforward. Again, deck felt strong. So I generally do not discuss sideboarding, but against this artifact-based build, of course, I wanted to have Nature's Claims. I don't think we saw any of them, which was unfortunate. And I think, if I remember correctly, they just had the best sideboard card against me in both next games. If I remember correctly, we'll see. That's pretty good. So I decide to keep a bunch of threats, pump spell, protection spell. So yeah, I was happy. No sideboard cards, which is unfortunate, but you can't have it all. I think this is too good to mulligan. So here they have Blood Fountain, don't really care about that. Blast, Frogmite, so aggressive start, but we're all good. We have enough threats to recover. They're not going to attack, of course, they shouldn't. I'm going to play my Mir, just chilling. If I can attack with my Mir next turn and they have to block, that means my Mir will become a 3/3, so I was happy. Here, I'm going to slam in. I think, looking back on this, I probably made a mistake. I was a bit afraid of dying here. And here, what I do is I divide my damage. So looking back on this, I probably should have done this differently. I think what I should have done is I probably should have used Apostle's Blessing on my Mir, giving a protection from artifacts, and then just using all my pump spells on that exactly. I was a bit afraid of black removal spells. Again, I'm not sure how many black removal spells are played in Pauper, but if they had that and I would use Apostle Blessing on my threat, none of my pump spells would have worked, so I felt it was safer for me to just divide my damage. And if I slam in here, what I could do is I could use my third pump spell on the one that did not block and then use Apostle's Blessing on it. I felt that was the safer play. But I also backed down. I was afraid of doing that, and I think my fear of losing and not knowing the format is what made me lose the game here. That's how it felt to me. So definitely my own mistake. And here we have Croc Clan, which is something that I just can't do anything about. If this one resolves, you just lose because they can continuously destroy everything that I have. And yeah, sure, the game's technically not over, but we know where this is going. I'm not going to do anything anymore. So I should have been more aggressive, should have just gone for it. This loss was definitely on me, my own fault. So I think I draw one more card here, and next turn probably just concede. So they attack with everything, do a bunch of damage, and I concede. Next game. So first opener did not have any creatures. This one is okay, but definitely not great. Again, no sideboard cards, which is unfortunate because the Krark clan is a very good sideboard card against us. I decided to play the elf, see what they have. If I get to untap, I'm feeling okay. Here they slam in, or at least I'm going to slam in. I'm going to pop this Mir, try and kill them ASAP. They negate my Mindful Crowser, which is fine. As long as I get to keep my threats, I'm not unhappy. Keep the Snakeskin Veil up. But here they play the Echo Wellspring, so I just want to draw a pump spell and kill them. But they have Croc Clan Shaman, and I lose the game. That is pretty much it. Yeah. So yeah, well, wasn't very happy with my performance here, especially in the second game. I definitely should have gone for it. Looking back on this, I was too afraid. That's just basically me not knowing the format. Now the game is not over yet. You know, I can wiggle through this maybe because they do have to sacrifice the Car Clan in the situation, but they just have another one. I mean, sometimes if they have all those if they have all those sideboard cards, not much I can do. So here I could regenerate, but they just didn't respond. They just do it again. We go. Sack, draw a bunch of cards. What I'm going to do here is, this is interesting. I decided to Mutagenic Growth, so I do survive, but they still have this 4/4. Now I have Escape Tunnel, but I'm not feeling really good unless I draw exactly pump spells. Because their deck is definitely going off here. And here they have makeshift munitions to have more removal spells. We do find them biggin, but just too little too late. So this game, definitely a game and game 2 and 3, I should have played this one better. I think we should have won this if I had not been so afraid of played it better. So this loss was completely on myself. Let's go to the next round. Pretty good hand here. Not much to say about this. Pretty good, you know. Again, Lotus Petal is just insane in this deck. It's so powerful. Honestly, if it felt like whenever I had in my opening hand, I just didn't see how I could possibly lose. Escape Tunnels have also been really good. Now we have the Augur. So if I am on tap my upkeep, how am I going to lose? Honestly, you tell me. I just don't know. Boom. Here we go. Just slam in. Kill him. This deck's amazing, dude. If I had more time, I would definitely play more Pauper because I think it feels to me like Infect is. If this is a representation of Pauper, Infect is heavily underplayed as it is everywhere. Let's go to the next game. Good hand here, unfortunately missing a land. Otherwise, it was a snap keep. Lotus Petal's really doing the works. So this one's okay. If I feel like if I draw land here, we're good. So I have a lot of protection spells already, so I'm just going to drop down on one Apostle's Blessing. Again, playing as an aggro deck. Drawing the Bauble here. The Petals, again, really good. Gonna play it. I'm able to protect my Elf turn 1 if they do have removal for it, which is insane. So I'm just going to draw a land. Perfect, that's what I wanted. I'm going to try and play it as safe as I can, so I'm just going to slam in. No need to overextend here if I can to prevent damage. So they will need to do something at some point. So I feel like I can easily just chill. And I feel like if I'm drawing another land, I can do exactly 9 with these vines. So here, again, me not knowing the format, I was a bit afraid. But I definitely learned from last game. and I just felt like what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and go for it if I can. Now, what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to double vines. Again, a bit afraid on my end, but it was clear they already had one bolt, so it was very easily possible that they have another one. And I felt like currently the way the game is set up, it didn't feel like I was in a lot of trouble, so I could very safely just wait another turn and then use removal spells when they wanted to kill another one of my threats, and that paid off. So I do think this was well played by us, where I probably didn't play as good in the last game, but this one I was happy about. So nice, we took it down. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. Deck felt strong, so happy. Let's go to the last one. This opening sounds pretty good. A bunch of threats in here, protection spells, pump spells, so I'm gonna keep. Would really love to draw Lotus Petal here, that would be insane. We've played against this artifact-based aggro deck all the time, so I guess it's one of the most popular ones. Yeah, so this is the game where I made a mistake. I probably should have played Escape Tunnel last time, so I could now fetch it up and then play Mamba and have protection up, because I didn't realize that Escape Tunnel actually makes it so the land enters tapped. So that was definitely a mistake on my end. I had almost only had used Escape Tunnel at this point to make my stuff unblockable. Would it have made a difference? I'm not sure at this point. Because at this point I would have had the possibility to actually use the Escape Tunnel. Would that have been enough? Yeah, I would have been able to kill them. So again, this was on me, because I would have been able to Might, Embiggen, and Rancor, and have the Escape Tunnel. So that would have been a win where I made a mistake with my Escape Tunnel. So again, losses that I had were just my own mistakes. So let's see if we can correct this in the last game. Hand's pretty good. I'm going to keep turn 2. Light Mamba here. So I learned from my mistakes. I played Escape Tunnel now first, so I could next turn, could end of turn safely crack it, get a forest. So I do learn quickly. That's a good thing at least. Played a Mamba. I have Petal up. Here I'm going to protect it. Really lovely. I decided to Might of Velcrosa this, and then Chain Lightning. I was debating whether or not I should do this, but I mean, I'm not going to win if I don't have any threats. Fortunately for me, they just have double removal spell, and that was too much, and that's the end of the game. So this loss was not on me. I don't think there was anything I could have done about this. But I really wish I could have played this league, looking back on this, where I made the correct choices in the games that I lost. Now then again, for the first time playing Pauper, I was actually pretty happy with this result. I think we did relatively well, and if I look back on this, I know where I made my mistakes. So I don't feel like this game there was anything I could have done. Sideboarding, I just don't know about these ran-throughs. Let's just go back to the deck, shall we? So I popped to the sideboard here. So I really didn't feel gut shots, vitality charms, and ram throughs. Maybe vitality charm, I can see where you would want this or why. I just think, especially for the sideboard, there can be some changes and adaptations. Maybe that's just me. It's definitely me. Not knowing the format enough, but I just didn't see any applications. And whenever I brought in a ram through, I just always thought, man, it's so bad. And gut shot, I literally never wanted it at any point in the game. So that's just my initial thoughts. Could be wrong here, but I had a lot of fun. Honestly, very, very fun. It should have been a 4-1. And the last game should have been decided, because I felt like I should have won game 1 in the last round. So it could have also been a 5-0, but that's all, well, of course, if you play better, you will always do, do better, of course. So it's easy to say this afterwards. But yeah, it was interesting. I will probably do another League of Pauper soon. It's also very fast. I do like that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, just tell me what you think about this video. Do you want to see more Pauper? Would be interesting. I'm always down to do stuff like that. And next video will probably be Modern Horizons 3. But hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.